Welcome to See the Stories. It is our signature segment on the 3-Hour News Show, the final hour of today's 3-Hour News Show. Now, before we jump into our discussion today, we do have a special guest here. Hans, what is your ultimate dream country to travel to?
Oh, dream country. Of course, I have many countries that I want to visit, but say for now, Iran is probably one of my dream favorite countries.
Yeah, it is
So pretty.
But it's currently a red zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Travel.
Well, to be sure, let's ask our guests later.
So for some people, traveling requires a lot of money. But you know what? You can get paid to travel the world as well. Let's delve more about this great opportunity with Julius Saputra, a.k.a. Joe, who will share his experiences on how to get paid by travel. So working as a tour leader. So you have to work, of course, you want to get paid. Nothing in this world is for free. Julius, Joe, thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
So, I mean, can you tell us the story behind, your current profession? How did you get into tour leading? And it is true that you get to travel the world. How many countries have you seen in this job?
I would say it's between 60 and 80, but I don't really count how many countries I've been before. So, yeah, some
60 to 80.
Yes.
Okay, let's not talk you and I. No, I hate you. I hate you.
Wow. So the question is, have you traveled to all these 60 to 80 countries before you became a tour leader, or
no.
was this all the opportunity that came because you became a tour leader?
All of them. All of them.
Wow.
I've never been abroad paying by myself. Practically, yeah. I was paid to go to that.
So how did it start? How did you choose working as a tour leader?
It's some kind of accident, actually. When I graduated from high school, I couldn't find any university that suit my passion. So I was thinking about going to one institute in Bandung, famous for their tourism school.
And
And then, that's it.
Yeah.
And I got accepted there, and then, and the rest is history. So when I graduated, I work in travel agents in Jakarta, and most of the travel agents in Jakarta, they do outbound tour, which is bringing a group of Indonesian tourists abroad. So from that time, I started my journey as a tour leader.
So how long has it been?
This is my 24th year as a tour leader.
Wow, he's been traveling.
It's still
around for
considered as
24
junior.
years. I think we need to reconsider our jobs.
My tummy hurts.
So what are the primary responsibilities of a tour leader, if you could explain to me?
Basically, you are the leader of the group traveling abroad. When we talk about having a trip to Europe, for example, you are on your own. I mean, by the time you arrive in the airports, you are on your own. You need to find where your bus driver, you need to find the bus, you need to do everything by yourself. Nobody will help you.
That's true.
That's the interesting part of this job, because you decide what to do, where to visit, and all of it. So,
so you design the itinerary?
Not the design, but it's already been prepared by the travel agents.
Yeah.
I just need to execute this trip, but on the road, many things can happen. So you need to compromise with lots of things. For example, the weather, force majeure, stuff like that. So,
no rice, no sambal.
That's part of the job as well.
As a tour leader, do you bring the rice cooker, or do they have to bring their own rice cooker?
Not that extreme, but sometimes I bring chili sauce, stuff like that. Because, Indonesian people sometimes
they cannot eat without it, right?
Yes.
It's
quite difficult to accommodate what they want to eat. So chili sauce might be very helpful on the road. Yeah.
Well, for all we know, being a tour leader, as well as you have the responsibility to actually take care of the flock, there might be a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges as well. What was the most challenging tour member that you've ever deal with?
Are we spilling the tea?
Yeah, probably. Without mentioning any names.
No, the event, why was this person very, very challenging? Or the experience, why was it challenging?
Because we're dealing with human beings, many characters of the humans that we have to deal with. But mostly the most difficult thing is like when people, they don't really pay attention to what you told them. Like by the time we arrive, we need to gather here in 1 hour, and then what you can do here, blah, 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 blah. And then after that, suddenly one person came out, what time are you going to spend here? What time we arrive, we gather here? So I just told you, and you repeat the question. So that kind of tour members that sometimes give me hard times.
Yeah.
But also sometimes mostly people, they don't really care about what you are telling to them. Like for example, general information, history, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't really pay attention to that. So sometimes you feel like you're doing this for nothing, actually.
Well, it's a good thing you're doing it
Well,
for nothing.
this is actually, we hear it firsthand from a tour leader.
Yeah. So, well, you know what? You know, Hans is just the most difficult kind of person to handle. But what was the most difficult country?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you've mentioned it before. Indonesians come with its own sets of challenges. Sambal, the rice, because some literally don't want to eat. They don't have rice.
Yeah.
Some cannot eat or don't taste good food when they don't have sambal or chili or anything. But what countries are for you the most challenging to bring Indonesian, Indonesian groups with?
These days, when it comes to food, I would say Turkey.
Wait,
Turkey?
why?
Because
It's halal.
I know, but their food's quite challenging for Indonesian people.
Because it might be bland for
Wait. How is it challenging? Because I love Turkish food.
Yeah, their food is quite similar. Like you almost got kebabs every day.
Oh, so monotone. It's monotone.
Yes.
Monotonous, not so
Yes,
many
and then-
varieties. Like we Indonesians love our spices. We have
Yeah.
That's in terms of food, but
So they got bored of the food.
yes, you need to bring additional food from Indonesia.
True.
Yeah,
True.
to survive the trip. Like say 10
Now
or
that
12
I agree.
days.
That I agree, because I spent like 10 days in Turkey, and I found myself like on the 5th day I got bored of the food. So that's why I had to find.
That's in terms of food, but the country itself is very beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful.
yeah.
But also,
The
let's say
people are nice as well.
non-food,
non-food, the
Non-food.
people, terrain, cultures.
terrain.
These days, most of the countries, they are welcoming tourists. So I would say all of the countries, there are no difficulties. But if you ask what country is more difficult, I would say during 2013 or 2014, I would say Egypt.
Oh.
Because in Egypt, when we do trip there, we have to go from Cairo to Sinai.
Yeah.
We need to make a detour because of the safety reason. So when our bus need to go to Sinai, they need to be guarded by military
I
convoys
see.
because of safety. And also in our bus, there will be one security guard with machine guns traveling with us. So that's kind of scary.
On board.
Yes.
Like I don't know. I might sound crazy, but I've always wanted to go through the trip.
But nowadays, it's already much better than
You mentioned something that was really interesting because I had a. Is time an issue often? Because there are certain countries where you can't overbook, like transportation and like things like that. And I know that Indonesians aren't the best with time.
Now this is situational. I mean, it happens on that day, and you as a tour leader,
What would you have to do?
We have to get like good time management skills. We have to know when this difficulty might come. We need to anticipate.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes on the road you get troubles, sometimes you get problems, but yeah, experience matters for me. So when you've been to this place, you know what to do, you know what to anticipate in terms of times. But sometimes also with Indonesian tourists, yeah, sometimes they late like 10 or 5 minutes, sometimes 1 hour when it comes to...
Wait, 1 hour, that's not sometimes.
That's normal.
when it comes
Is that normal?
when it comes to government officials.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's stop there.
Stop there.
No,
Yeah.
but what other skills do you think are very important to be a successful tour leader?
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
Yeah, exactly.
I only speak English actually. Sometimes a little bit Italians because in Europe, most of the drivers they are Italians. So you need basic Italians to do things like times, when to drop off, when to drop.
Pronto.
See. Good gestures for Italians, like when they do this they don't like, and they do this they don't care. Something like that you need to understand. But yeah, I only speak English, and so far I survive.
But also, what Kai was asking as well, is there any particular skills or particular quality?
Other than time management.
Other than time management.
You need to have a good knowledge of history, because you need to tell the tourists, basically
Story sides,
history
yeah.
of the place. You need to have a good interpersonal communication skills. You need to communicate well with your tourists. Otherwise, you will get complaints. Once you get complaints, your career is done. Because once you get complaints, the travel agent won't hire you anymore. So yeah, practically your career is done. So we need 0 complaints every trip. 0 complaints. So also you need to know basic ticketings, because when something happens with airlines reservations, you know what to do. Also, you need to have a good public speaking skills, because you're gonna speak in front of people. Stuff like that. So yeah. On the top of that, you need a lot of patience.
Now, the last one might be the thing that I have to train myself in.
Yeah, we don't mature to it.
But, okay, so we were talking about how the itinerary was being made by the company itself, but also how about the destinations? So does the company also set that for you, or let's say you want to suggest another destination or something like that?
There are 2 types of tours. First, there are tour series. Tour series already been made by travel agents. It's a ready-made tour. Second, there's a tailor-made tour. Okay. It depends on the clients. When the clients want to go certain places, then you need to create the itineraries. You need to suggest for them, from here you can go to this place, to that, what to see, what to do, stuff like that. Mostly tour leaders, they know because they've been to these places, so they can suggest itineraries. But generally, travel agents will create the itineraries, and we as a tour leader, we just execute the tour.
So are you now an independent tour leader?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so tour leaders can be independent, like freelance?
There are 2 types also for tour leaders. First of all, there are in-house tour leaders, which is their work for travel agents.
Yeah.
They travel regularly because...
Exclusively for the travel agent?
Yes, because they get paid from travel agent. They got monthly salary. Not much. But secondly, you have freelance tour leader. Freelance tour leader, they don't attach to one travel agent. They can have job from any other travel agents. When the time is matched with their schedules, then they can go. So me, myself, I'm a freelance tour leader right now. So I've been freelance tour leader for like 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah, so yeah.
Ooh, I smell competition here. Okay, let's talk more about that, because I have more questions to be asked to Joe at the moment. And I guess we are going on a break.
Are we?
We are, because See the Stories will continue after the break.
Yes.
With Joe, do not go anywhere. Hello, welcome back to See the Stories on the 3 Hour News Show. We are still in discussion with Joe about getting paid to travel the world. So, Joe, earlier we were also discussing about how tour leaders have to be like patient, and also you have to be more I have to say resilient when it comes to requests. But
flexible.
Yeah, but on some certain emergency situations, how do you do the damage control? How do you assess the damage control?
It depends on the situation, so I would like to say, but as I say, experience matters. Like how to control the damage. We have to get our best effort to control the situations. If we cannot handle it, then it happens. So at least you tried your best. You can explain to travel agents what happens, and sometimes they will understand the problems that
The
happen.
situation.
Yes.
So you were actually mentioning also about experience. Does that also count when a travel agent or a certain trip, when they're considering about hiring a tour leader?
Yes. Experience matters.
Because as a freelance tour leader, you will also have other freelance tour leaders.
Yes.
And you have to present your, I don't know, your
Portfolios
and stuff like that. And how do you compete as a tour leader?
We are selling our reputations. Travel industry is not that big, you know. News spread like very easy. When you have problems, you can solve. It's a good point for you. It's a plus point. When you have problems, you cannot handle it. You get complaints, then the news will spread, stuff like that. So we are selling our reputations to travel agents. When I go to travel agents, selling myself, I would like to say like I have experience for how many years. I've never been complaints about things, stuff like that. So it depends on the travel agent itself to make assessments about my resume, my portfolio. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, since we're talking about getting paid,
Yeah.
if you don't mind sharing, because you are a freelancer, right? So there is a different. But what is the compensation structure for tour leaders? And you are a freelancer; it's different.
Yeah, there are lots of source of incomes when you are tour leaders. But mainly you get daily fee, you get paid daily, and also tips. And sometimes when you do optional tours, sometimes you get small amount of the income. So that's it.
Okay. So this might not be familiar with Indonesian tourists these days, because I get to travel a couple of countries as well. And then one of the culture that my dad and also my family has been carrying all over the world is tipping. It's tipping. So how important it is to tip? We're not talking about tour leaders. The service providers, let's say drivers, or people that we actually see in our trips, let's say bellboys and people at the hotel, like how important it is, or how good you be as a traveler.
In tourism industry, tip is, you can say it's a must, it's a compulsory. There's no law that you must pay the tip, but it's, you can say it's compulsory. If you are traveling in a group tour, you need to pay tips for a driver, for local guides, for tour leaders, sometimes to a porter that bring your luggage to the room. You need to pay the tip for them, and the tour leader will help to collect the tips. So yes, it's not a must. You can say
It's not written.
It's not written.
It's an unwritten law.
It's written. It's written.
It's written.
When you go to travel agent, you get leaflets of a tour.
Yeah.
They say that you need to pay tips. It's written, but there is no law.
Like
that,
how much?
that you break if you don't pay tips. But you will get complaints from service providers like drivers, like tour guides or something if you don't pay tips. So that's our main source of income actually. Yeah.
All right. So keep that in mind.
Pay the tips.
Pay the tip.
So you've been doing this for 20-something years, or 24 years.
24 years minus 2 years pandemic.
22 years. 22 years.
But luckily, things are opening up again now.
Yes.
Have you been busier than ever in the last couple of months?
We are getting there, yeah. It's not like before the pandemic, but we are getting there. It's getting busier and busier and busier. So yeah, it's almost normal actually. Yeah.
And what, if you can share, after the pandemic, to your experience and your context in the tourism industry, the most sought after international destination? Or the destination that you had to bring tour guides over and over again in the last couple of months?
I would say Europe, I think.
Europe.
Yeah.
Which city in Europe?
Normally in Paris,
Paris.
Zurich, Rome. Yeah. Those cities, they are they are the most favorite for
The most favorite.
Cliche.
Overrated.
If you go to Europe, then you need to go to Paris, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
That is true.
it's not legitimate that you've been to Europe.
But there are so many beautiful countries in Europe.
I know.
What is, because you said you've been to 60 to 80 countries.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most, I don't want to say underdog country that not many people think about, but you
The
have
most
been?
Underrated.
Underrated, but I want to say underdog because, yeah, okay, let's say underrated.
I would say it's Norway.
Norway.
Norway, yeah.
Is it
Norway
the-
is very beautiful country.
I only been to the capital city, but I don't know the rest of it.
You need to go up north to Tromsø to hunt for northern lights.
The
Northern
Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aurora.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
Sorry, hello.
And it is actually quite not cheap, but it's cheaper than Sweden.
It's quite
I
expensive.
might say.
Yeah.
But the Scandinavians are very expensive.
Yeah, Scandinavian.
Oh.
So Norway. But also, Joe, if you had to choose, would it be more fun to take a tour with productive aged people, or the more older ones?
I would choose productive peoples
Why?
because the youngsters they don't really care about history. They don't really care about informations.
They just want to
take
stop.
photos and shopping. It's less work for me.
Smart. Work smart. Work not hard, but
That's the fact.
yeah.
That's the fact.
Because older people sometimes they got their own literatures. Like if you talk about history,
Yeah.
and you have something that not match with their literature, they will challenge you.
Wait, so does that mean I belong to the older people?
Yeah, we're history buffs.
Wait,
I'm not saying that all of them, but some of them they do stuff like
They
that.
take
Yeah,
it so seriously.
So
Yeah, they check the facts.
the guiding commentaries will become like some kind of debate about things, about history, about information, stuff like that. So
No.
Unpleasant? Pleasant? I mean, at least somebody is concerned about world.
Yeah.
it's gotta be pleasant, otherwise you get complaints.
Okay, keep it pleasant, guys. But Joe, thank you so much for sharing. This is something we should be.
Yeah, this is like a new because I've never had any conversation with a tour leader because me myself I've never really gone on a trip with a tour because
Yeah, me too.
I like to take my time and like with me in a tour I have to be considerate with other people's time. Right?
So rather than making other people hate me, I'd rather do it myself. But no, I know what it's like to travel in a group, and I know that your job is so not easy. You've been doing this for 24-something years, and because you've been doing it for 24-something years, I'm pretty sure your reputation is quite spotless. So, Joe, thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience, and hopefully, this is something that the younger generation and our generation should consider. This is would you consider this a bright career opportunity?
I would not encourage youngsters to become leaders. Otherwise, more competitions for me.
Work smart. You heard her laugh, though.
That honesty. We can be friends, though.
Yeah, friends. Well, so you've just heard her laugh because before we end this discussion, our friend Maria will be challenging us to see the game. So come on in, Maria.
Hi guys. Thank you. So it is a great talk between you guys discussing about making money while traveling. Hans, Kai, and Joe, you guys are travel lovers as me. So I will challenge you guys to guess the name and the country of the food that I will show you on the screen.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
The name of the country and the flag, I mean.
Okay, the
Yes.
name of the country
and the flag, based on the food that I will show you on the screen.
Oh.
But before that, I will give you this bell. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
you know, right?
happy, I'm
when
happy.
you know it, yes, when you know it, you can just ring the bell.
I'm happy that it's not Indra because Indra is not competitive.
Yes. And
He
Kai and Hans, you guys are not a team. So you guys are competing each other.
All right.
Yes.
It's on.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna sit further away.
All right then, shall we begin?
Yes.
And yeah, guys, I forgot to mention the treat. After the game finish, you guys get a chance to enjoy tiramisu and nachos.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take the tiramisu.
Okay, nachos.
All right then, let's see the first question. Yep. Can you guess?
Come on. What is that? Oh yeah, that's I've seen that.
So it's C.
Let's see if it's C.
Of course.
Yes,
Of
it's
course.
asinan sayur from Indonesia.
Oh, now I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah,
Now I get it.
that's how it-
1 for Kai, 0 for Hans
on,
and
Joe.
Joe. Okay,
have to
second
be-
question.
Hans.
Yes. You guess the flag and the name.
Oh.
Haha, I think I know this one.
The C.
No.
Okay. You answer B?
D.
What about
D.
you?
D.
Oh, D. Okay. Hans,
Yeah,
okay.
it
C
should-
and D.
It should be.
Let's see if it's the correct answer. Is C or D? That's it.
D.
Wow, D. Yeah.
That's right.
That's great, Joe. So 1 for you, 1 for Kai, still 0
Zero
for Hans.
me.
Okay.
So shepherd pie is New Zealand, right?
No. it's
Shepherd pie is
Aussie.
England.
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 The
Okay.
meat pies are apparently Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Different
They
pies.
have the meat
From
pie in
different
New
countries.
Zealand is better than in Australia. I'm sorry. I just traveled to New Zealand, I tasted it, and I went. Okay.
All right then. The third question, please. Interesting. This one. Can you guess where it's from? Okay, Hans.
So based on the name, it's actually B, Nigeria.
Nigeria. Anyone has another answer?
No, I think it's.
No, I agree.
Okay, let's see if it's Nigeria.
Yeah.
Wow! So it's equal for you guys.
Yeah.
1-1-1.
Wow.
Wow, you're great travelers. All right, the fourth question. I think everybody knows this. Kai, you got your
Che for Italia.
Italia. Let's see if it's Italia. Hey! 2 for Kai. Kai is leading.
Bravo, bravo.
Okay, bravo.
Bravo,
Next
bravo.
one, please. Enchilada. Okay, which one?
It's D.
I think. Oh, you again.
Yeah.
It's D. Let's see if
Of
it's
course.
D. Oh boy.
Mexico.
Mexico. Yay! Kai wins.
Ale.
Congratulations, Kai. But yeah, you guys can enjoy the food, not just the winner.
Everyone, please enjoy. Everyone, please enjoy.
So, yeah, we
Maria,
have-
take one.
Yeah. Okay.
Nachos from Mexico.
And
also
from Italia,
tiramisu from
tiramisu.
Italia.
Well,
It's actually Afro-Brazilian.
Gracias.
Oh, really?
oh yeah, because
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking this.
well, somebody's going out tonight, so that
Yeah.
you know. Joe, thank you so much for coming and
Thank you so much,
Thank
Joe,
you. Thank you.
for your
Thank you.
insight and,
And
your
also,
time.
Joe, where can we find you on your site?
Yes.
There's an Instagram.
Yep.
Instagrams. Nyap nyap.
Are you active on Instagram?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, that's great.
Nyap, nyap.
Yep.
Yes. That's nyep.nyep.
Oh, nyip.
So
Oh,
nyep.nyep. So find him.
All
if
right.
you want to know more about traveling.
yes.
Yay. All right, then, City Stores will continue after the break and we'll feature some news from entertainment. So stay with us, don't go anywhere.